Greetings, thank you for joining us tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Alright, okay. This one's been kind of, I've been dealing with stuff I don't quite understand, but they got some a little bit more bearing of it. This is kind of, you know, go by your own vibration, what you feel about this. This is a small piece of a bigger picture. But basically, I've been receiving information, channeled information, from I've been making a lot of beings very uncomfortable recently, for good reason though. I mean, there's a lot of deception. I'm going to be doing this whole feline thing. I'm going to beat it to death until there's nothing else to hit. Basically, there's a lot of, the feline manipulations are quite high. And it does go back to World War II, but it also goes before that. You know, the Nazis came for their stuff, basically. Their origin, you know, the energies of their religion came from ancient times. I believe, I mentioned this here and there, but I've been connecting more with it. Basically, there's a lot of feline manipulations that are very military-like, that hidden themselves really well. So you can't really find our culture that much, or at all, for that matter. They made sure they made themselves extinct, at least for their presence here. From what I received, is they were very Nazi-like in their history, even wanted to wipe out the human race. Why? Because we were not the feline. You can say some beings that promised them that this would be a feline world, where it all have basically feline faces and tails. Something around those lines, and that did not happen. So they didn't get what they wanted, so they called it basically an attack on our world, our society, a military society. Basically, what I received is, like, you see, like the ancient Romans, how their military is set up. You know, like even the Roman legions. That is very feline-like. So reptilians are similar too. They have their. There's always going to find similarities, even with the Syrians. But the feline energies are very strong there. Of course, they hide it quite well, once again. So, yeah, take it with a grain of salt, whatever it might be. But either way, the idea is to reach into truthful information. Believe it or not, it's up to you. But you want to awaken yourself if you're ready to hear it. Now realize also there's different levels of spirituality. There's levels where you just, you know, you're connecting to your chakras, talking to your spirit guides, and everything is great. And you go to another level where you're connected to aliens. You go to another level where you see the aliens are manipulating humanity. You go to another level where you're connecting to demons, all this other bullshit. You know, you go up, you see the archons. You know, you go up to the other universe and see freaking godlike beings that are like like 100 feet tall beings. Is like, what the hell am I connecting to now? So, obviously for your mass population, they have not seen these things, and I don't blame them. Trust me, when you connect to this stuff, and you look at how our world operates, it's like, how can we even function in this reality? Oh, jeez. They're talking about movie reviews and what the next Avengers is going to be, and you're connecting to like crazy-ass shit. So, yeah, this past past weekend's been heavy. Of just, I've been getting attacks here and there, probably because I'm going to places I probably should not be going to. But there's a lot. Like I say, I do have a beef with some of the felines because I believe a lot of them are not being very honest. And once again, evil works in mysterious ways, meaning that evil here in our reality, called some are channelers, think they're doing the right thing. And other people will say, wow, you put on a good show, you know. You'd be surprised how well evil operates. But puts on this, evil doesn't always think it's doing evil when it's actually doing evil. So, you'd be surprised. Well, let's put it this way. Truth will set you free eventually. I mean, look what happens with Bill Cosby and all this other stuff, so... It's just areas, I don't know, it's like you bring this stuff up, let people decide what they want to decide, and it's like over time this stuff will go where it needs to go. Might be called a crazy person right now, but over time people are just like, well, maybe there is some legitimate stuff to this. Obviously, there's no freaking way to really prove it in the physical realm. In the alien realm, and it's not stuff that's easily to see. It's very, there's a lot of, it's like hidden information basically. So like with the Nordics manipulating humanity during the Nazi time, not to say the Nordics are all great and everything, there's also a feline presence behind that. And of course, there's a carrion behind. There's a archon energy behind that. You go on and on and on. You find it's like a, you find some kind of cockroach or something behind all this, or something like that. Or maybe it's a white guy that's involved with everything. That's usually how it goes, right? At least in the movies. But that's a joke. But there's always somebody behind somebody else, behind somebody else, behind somebody else. So, you're always going to be reaching to something. So either way, the feline energies and this stuff, I've been getting flybys left and right. You think I was living by an airport. I'm getting helicopter stuff left and right. So, like I said, the feline energies, there is a lot of, it's like a lot of stuff is a little bit hard to digest. It's very hard to, people don't want to hear it. They're not ready to hear it. They don't want anything to do with it. But like our domestic feline or cats, like you have at your house, they are, yes, protect you from dark spirits, but also they're there to protect you from dark feline visitations too. So felines have been enjoying their reign over the planet for a long time. Nobody knows they exist, or they get channeled. Everybody loves them. Oh, they're like the mother and all that BS. Well, over time you find it's like a dark energy that's darker than you might realize. And people are having trouble digesting it. Once again, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to be part of something like that. It's up to you. But this is like my feline campaign, for right now at least. It's just that there's a lot of deception that has not been made clear. So think of the feline. Think of our society. We're the human. We're coming from the feline energy of basically we are the human Lyran. We're descendants of it, you could say. They had 5 fingers, they had hair, whatever. However you want to look at it. Everyone's going to see something different. 1 eye, 2 eyes, 5 eyes, whatever you want to see, who cares? The other way, we're still part of the Lyran energy. And once again, what I picked up was a lot of feline energies wanted to manipulate humanity. And they found different ways. We're not that different than them. Meaning, you see how humans here are very nice, and some are just, ugh. Well, felines are the same thing. So, they can be very deceptive, they can be very kind. The kindest ones are the friendliest ones you can ever meet. Same with reptilians. Reptilians can be very friendly too. And the reptilians, yeah, not to say they get a bad rap, but some of them is justified, but they're also feline beings that make sure, because when you piss them off, which I have, I really get not a very friendly visit. So that's what I'm having recently. But it feels like the positive felines are working through me to bring more of this out. Because the more you know, the more you understand how reality works, the more you can open the dimensions, see your alien beings. You mind your own business, you're taking a walk, wherever, and see an alien being in front of you, basically. It's like, okay, I'm ready to hear it. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to clear out all the BS. It's like the more that you funnel out, you want the truth, and a lot of people don't want to hear it, and that is time and time again. Obviously, you can't prove it physically, but that does not mean it doesn't exist. It's not real. To bring this out, it's been really heavy recently. Basically, there's a lot of positive felines that basically want to see their side of the story, as they did not want our world to go into this direction, this dark direction. Like I said, a lot of negative felines wanted us to destroy ourselves, and we're doing a really good job of it. It's like you wonder why the world is the way it is. It's a cesspool, however you want to look. Some people, that's the thing about comfort. People want this good life and all that. That's what these negative beings want you to do. They want you to enjoy your prison life here. Find a place that's comfortable, so you're not getting in their way. They want you to, watch your movie, watch your Netflix, live comfortable, so they can so they control your reality. So when you start poking at their reality, of course they get pissed off. I've been doing that a lot recently, and it has not been easy. It's like, you remove away. I mean, obviously you need rest and all that. Thankful for that. I think I need like 2 years of rest, but you want your truth. It's not going to be easy to get. So, like I said, positive felines. There's from Lyra. There's from Sirius, from Orion. They have been. There's been a hoax on this world that is not being seen. Basically, once again, humans are bad, right? Even religions say that, right? You're a sinner. You're a piece of shit, or whatever it is. That is done, on purpose by not just reptilian beings. I mean, they all kind of work together. And feline beings, Zetas, felines, once again, are very deceptive. There's a lot of positives, not all of them. There's always a small group. Actually, it's a pretty big group, but it's not all of them. They're just they've lived their life. They're on Saturn. Felines from Saturn, or at least that's where they're hanging out at. Wow, that's a big surprise. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. Actually, So, like I said, you start to put this stuff out there, take it or leave it. There's a lot of stuff that you don't want to hear, but put this stuff out there to break through all this crap. People don't like hear to say the Matrix. That's tough. It's like, well, I gotta call it something. You know what the hell I'm talking about? What am I gonna call it? I gotta call this something. It's like this reality will breaking free of it, but that's also a deception energy. Is call it not to say it's the Matrix. Technically, it is. Yeah, these beings are working at all levels to basically keep the bars on our society, and that is comfort. They want you to live the best life ever in their prison cell that they created for us. So you gotta just let go of your comfort zone and just let all the weird come in, basically. Now, how many are ready for that? Once again, I think it's a small group. It's fucked up. Especially when you see like a cockroach being running everything the whole time. It's been the cockroaches the whole time running our world. Actually, archons are known to be insectoid-like, so. So either way, the feline energies, a lot of them are mistrusted humanity. Basically, they thought they can get everything they want by manipulating humanity. A lot of negative felines run the prison system energies. Once again, the military energies are still here. There's reptilian, there's other forms of manipulation throughout our military. So let's see. Positive feline energies want us to know that basically deceptions are also in our medical system, as you can see. As medicine is also not to make you feel better. That's another feline manipulation. Of course, those work with Syrians and other beings. Not just it's like we're at war on a daily basis, and to find freedom out of this war isn't as easy as we might. We're going to get more alien visitation when we're there's channeled information that's put out there that many don't want to believe, or whatever it might be. It is not, they're putting information out there, take it or leave it. We're still going to go through a connection with humanity of resisting fear, healing fear, and going to a new higher vibration of ascension. Because the feline energies, positive, can help you get there. But not with all this deception shit happening. And it's just it's basically go into your own belief system and what do you feel is going on, because there's massive we're under hypnosis through this reality, and to heal is not as easy as it might seem, obviously. But the wrappings are coming off. The government is getting a little bit more open for alien visitation here and there. Once again, the mass human society is still not awake, but aware something's going on. Our society is going to shift to more of an alien awareness. this is our steps into the direction. So you will always see an alien divide. You see positive and negative energy from coming from sources you will not expect. Like some may feel like the insectoids are always negatives, many positive energies there that they've been, once again, not seen in the best of light. Now, feline energies have not been seen here. The positives have not been seen here, for various reasons. A lot of them are in Agartha. A lot of them are just, they get attacked by, low vibrations from negative felines on a daily basis. Or yes, because a lot of negative felines work through the Cabal energies, through the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, and basically through mind manipulation, through the different, through MK Ultra type stuff. So obviously the reptilians are very good at that too, but it's not always. It's like when one doesn't work, when one type of manipulation doesn't work through reptilians, they go to feline, they go to zeta, they go to where that works. So a lot of healers out there, or channelers, are once again living the comfortable life. If you remove that comfort and really want to open up your reality, you can. Many are not ready for it, as you can see, because they're not doing anything. So, it's like you kind of have to. I don't think they're connecting to anything because they're just freaking living the comfort life. You don't live the comfort life. You just go into like you're breaking. You want to break through this reality. You gotta say things that people don't want to hear or don't understand. That's usually the other part of it too. Is like a lot of like the domestic cats, feels like a lot of those are from Sirius. Not all of them, but a good amount of that is. The house cats are Syrian energies. The big cats are from Lyran. Some of them are from Sirius. Some of them are from all different places. Some of the felines that I've picked up on that are not friendly at all are not to say it's from Syrian. These are like the Black Panthers. Of course, you have the Black Panther group that kind of connects to that. So, yikes. So there's also feline statues that are around that. Okay, because I've been looking for signs, but they're not giving me a lot of. Obviously, through Egypt, there's a lot. They just destroyed a lot of their imprint here. I feel like there's a lot in the Arab world, but a lot of that's been removed. But maybe not entirely. I have to look into that. So yeah, there's a lot of positive vortexes that we're going through. It's going to take some time to come out of this hypnosis. Eventually, once again, a lot of this information that has not come through yet because it's a little bit heavy for, can you bring it in? Can you relate to it? Is it going to be useful in your life? Most likely not yet at least. Like, they can tell you crazy ass stuff, but is it going to help you to break free of all this? Eventually, but then there's a bigger piece of the puzzle they have not come down with just yet. They're working on it. It's like how it's like when you get information, you want to be able to use it to make your life a better place and unlock this unlock the prison reality basically. So many layers to that, as you can see. Yeah. Let's see what else they can give me. Let's see here. For those that are new to all this, if you're still here, I'm designmentor.com. We have your private sessions throughout the week. We have one at channel. It's going to be bizarre. We have a Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Also, questions I'm on Monday will be answered tomorrow. For those that have not got their questions answered, same situation here. We have other channels and healers I do recommend. We have this social network and absolute insanity. So, thank you for your support. Yeah, so let's see here what else I can let's see. Felines from Sirius. There are many wars here happening in your Middle East. Human against feline. A lot of a little more of a conscious connection. Well, we can continue with that. But alien energies that you're not going to be seeing here just yet. Well, actually, technically, you do. Through the Arab world, we see how the females are treated pretty badly. A lot of actually negative feline energies are involved with that because they realize the female can be very powerful here. So obviously, they're going to shut down the female as much as they possibly can. So now this also goes for reptilian, but that's really cold. But yeah, negative feline energies go after the female, of course, worldwide. It's not just the Arab world, but for example, the Arab world, they really hit that one hard, as you can see. So for a negative feline, their task is to break down the female as much as possible. Their manipulations, they're like a female is getting abused, and then a woman's getting abused, and then the female feline says, "This is okay. Go back to him. He loves you." Shit like that. That's how they operate. It's pretty bad. They also bring in the jinn. They've recognized that energy. They can use that for manipulation also. So it's not just the reptilians using it. Beings use that all. Yeah, I've gotten attacked by dark energy. I know a reptilian did that shit. It's like I feel like I had an attachment. It was a freaking reptilian did that. They don't do that anymore. But and then they kind of gotten penalized for that. But yeah, the negative felines work with. No, the negative felines, to give you an understanding, they have a lot of colors around them. Like make them look like they're positive, but they're not always. So they have, the regular fur, but they have like coloring around them too to make them look beautiful, attractive, and they're not, but their souls are, shit, just like they are here. Looks aren't everything. So if you see this stuff, if you feel it in your energy field, you might be able to pick it up on. So yeah, it's once again, a lot of deception. It's like, wow, I see this positive looking female. Why am I feeling garbage coming from it? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, it feels like, let's see, the felines and reptilians work together. All of them work together. Now they don't always agree with each other. Of course, the Nordics are used against us. The Nordics' effect on us can be a lot more negative because they're like vicious as hell. The negative felines are bad. Nordics are far worse in their attacks. They're just more intense. But of course, the felines are pretty bad themselves. Once again, the negative felines are they know, once again, looks are very deceiving. So even those that are incarnating here, like you see a beautiful woman incarnate here, and she's like a vicious, who hasn't dealt with that? A black scorpion, basically, or scorpion energy. It's done by design, through the alien energies, actually. How that works is, so it's once again, like Hollywood is all beautiful people that are kind of full of themselves. Perfect example of that. You can go on and on with that, modeling and stuff like that. Not all the models are connected to that, but it's they know our looks are very working our senses to blind us what's going on. So like, once again, why is there a military presence if our world is so much of a, it's mostly, obviously, militaries patrol us more than threats. Humanity is really the threat, depending on who you're talking to. Because they want to keep us shut down. So there's a lot of stuff the military is not understanding, obviously. A lot of it does come from Saudi Arabia or the Arab world. It's like a place you don't really pay attention to. I mean, it's not exactly as safe as the area you go into, depending on who you are. But not many of us are going over to to the Arab world to just have a leisure time of vacation. I don't know how many vacations are actually. I mean, maybe the Arab world, part of like Saudi Arabia maybe, but you gotta know what the hell you're getting into. Be careful who you kiss, who you touch. It's like, shit, you can throw your ass in jail. So a lot of the dark cabal energies are from there. So, for obvious reasons, because it's not exactly a place you can just wander right in without a word. It's not like you can go to Europe and just do whatever the hell you want. The Arab world is so that's the base of command for the most part. Depending on how you look at it, That's definitely one of them at least. Let's see. The positive felines are usually around actually the oceans, for various reasons, because that's where they get their power from, the waters and the sun. So they are around the mountain areas, but a lot of them are around the oceans. Their ships, their mother ships, whatever it might be, mostly there's some smaller ships around the ocean areas where obviously where people aren't. Reptilians are usually around the desert areas. Of course, you'll see the various different alien beings. But usually, feline, positive felines are. It's like that's like the last place you'd ever see a feline around water, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously, they're not that type of feline, so they don't care about water. So it's a primitive thing. So yeah, they do have the ears. The regular cat ears. Some of them don't. A lot of them do. It's just. Once again, that's part of some of them. That's part of their show that they're being manipulated, kind of as to who's on your side, who's not on your side. So, yeah, these are more like a six-dimensional feline energies of the positives. They are from Sirius. They are from Lyra, but a lot of them are from Sirius. They have to let us decide on what we want to experience. They can give you information and do whatever you want with it. You want to be scared, you want to not believe in anything, you want to go hide somewhere, that's fine. If you want to be free, have an open mind, and just kind of put it in your category of knowledge and just go with it. But let me tell you, releasing, just realizing there's two sides to all stories. If it looks like it's too good to be true, it probably is. Once again, the stuff, the spiritual connection go into the crazy town. And a lot of people are not ready for that, as you can tell. It's like, the truth is so bizarre that most of your average human will not hear it. It's like they'll just go insane, basically. I think so. Yeah, I mean, imagine if like a mass alien invasion or visitation, I should say. How many are going to keep their brain operating? It's not going to go too well. So just channeled information is bad enough as it is, because it's hard to digest all this stuff. So it's a lot more wilder than what I'm putting out there, but either way. Yeah, so like a tentacle monster or a squid. I mean, a lot of alien species do connect to like squid beings that do like from Sirius. So like a squid is in a jar or something like that on a ship, and they just talk to that. That's their commander. That's different. And there's a lot of mermaid beings that are there too. So, are you ready for that, humanity? Probably not. It's like, are you ready? What are you ready for anyway? Not much, as you can see. Well, you never know. You kind of put it out there and let people decide on their own. Yes, this stuff is really heavy too. More abductions are going to start increasing, well, in a positive way. Basically, it's not necessarily an abduction, it's more just connecting. You feel like it's an abduction, but it really isn't. It might feel that way, but more of those are going to start increasing. It's time for at least a good amount here. Obviously, sometimes that knowledge might be a little bit more heavier. Yeah, it's like, let me tell you, if you want to break free of all of this, it's not going to be easy. Because once again, they want you to stay comfortable, living the good life, having a six-figure salary, and just life is good. You go to the Bahamas or whatever it is, and just when you're connecting to all this craziness, it's kind of like you have to be like Indiana Jones, going to the Temple of Doom, get information, come out, share it with others. It's kind of like what I do in Astral. I go into places that, I do this so you don't have to. And that's probably true. That's one way to explain it, because I just see like an Indiana Jones type of thing. Because you're going to go in areas that nobody wants to go to. Is anybody going to be able to relate to this? Probably not. Seeing just some crazy person on the web. So yeah, the Nazi stuff, the reason I put that there is because these dark ones are very Nazi-like. That's the only reason I put that there. And of course, some of them are being manipulated. Saying, "Oh, we're not like that at all. We are just love and kisses and cult-like creatures. So, you know, it's, yeah, the truth is stranger than anything you imagine. So, yeah, it's Saturn. So you say felines from Saturn, they are Lyran beings, though. Some of them are Syrian, but you know they operate in Saturn. Big surprise there. It's just they're allowed to be there. It's a very open port for anybody. See, that's where it's like the internet. It's like, you know, there's places that are dark and places. It's like space is like the internet. You know, there's nice places and there's shitty places. Well, Saturn has good beings and has crap. So it's all part of our warning, our ascension. It's like, you ready to go into the higher realms of insanity? It's like, I know, it's like there's places where some like, wow, I'm really spiritually advanced. It's like, okay, how about a squid flying a ship and all that shit, and you know, talking, you know, put into a parallel reality and connect to archons, or oh fuck that. You want to connect to that? No. So especially, I mean, yeah, talking about all this stuff's nice, but do they actually want to see it? Now, telling everybody you have a high IQ of 1,000 is great and everything, but are they actually ready to see these alien beings actually show up here? How many of them are saying they have a high IQ of 1,000 and they see an alien being and they run like hell? So, whereas the others that won't, or whatever. Oh god, jeez, ego, just gotta love it. So this is about ego. It's about breaking free of the manipulation. Is where it comes down to. So if you don't want anything, doesn't really matter. Don't care. If you want something, that's good, because it's more insane than you might that you can really comprehend. Where I reside mostly, I believe, is in the 12th dimension. This information I got recently. Kind of an area where a lot of beings won't go to. So maybe it's not a very safe area. So it's like a no man's area of 12th dimension. Not to put ego on that. It's like, it's a place that not many beings want to go. Where I can, that's what the information I got recently. It's like I go into the 12D area to connect to something. And bring, it's like, you gotta be careful what you do in your astral. Because I've been attacked like Friday, Saturday. Today was not too bad. Sunday was okay, but yeah, levels have not been the greatest. So there is, yeah, they had a lot of statues of themselves. They had a lot of golden energies, golden relics created from them. They've all been destroyed or bombed in the ocean, wherever it might be. There also, yeah, was it actually around Florida? There is statues underwater of feline energies, actually lions. Feline, yeah. So stuff is around, just not easy to find. So even, I have to say, even the Taj Mahal, that had a lot to do with mourning. That's another thing like these felines, the negative ones, like to do. Focus on mourning, you know, because this is all your life is. Just this one miserable prison life, and that's all it is, and you don't live for at all after this, and that's part of their manipulation too. They love people that mourn, because it's just, because it slows down their ascension, their growth, and go into a decayed, crying state. They love that. A lot of the older energies love that, but these guys love it the most, because they're, yeah, I mean, when you connect to most of the human population, they're always mourning somebody that crossed over. Obviously you're going to, but they're not realizing that life goes on and on and on and on and on. It's good luck on telling them that. So unless Netflix starts telling them that, you're not gonna, you're on deaf ears basically. Yeah, when fiction starts talking about this more, when religions, whenever they pull their head out of their ass, starts doing that. Buddhism does it. I mean, it's big, but not big. And China has the Great Wall up there for a reason, to keep us out of their crap. I don't blame them. Yeah, to keep us from manipulating their ass. So, yeah, they're a lot more open than people might think. So, it's not easy over there. It's not perfect. Even the alien energies from them to connect it's more likely to happen because the rest of us, at least in the United States, are heavily controlled for right now. And thank NASA for that, for right now. Things are starting to break down eventually. Yeah, probably this year something's gonna break down. I don't know what. Aliens are gonna show up. Who knows? Anything's possible. Yeah, Feline show up. Hopefully it's a nice one. An alien one I'm talking about. You never know, because they're I tell you, you can't prove it. The negative feline presence here is massive. I felt it was like a small group, and now I'm connected to it. It's big. It's like the Dark Empire in Star Wars. Maybe that's not that big, but either way, it's big. Yeah, that's like the Nazi stuff. They want, first off, there's no indication that they're here, so first off, most are not going to believe it, so it doesn't exist. But if you connect to it, it's okay. Is there a Dark Empire, feline empire here? Yes. It's like, holy shit. It's like, and we don't want you talking to us or noticing that we're here. That's even worse, because you recognize that they're here. So it's a lot more vast than people. Obviously, people will probably connect to negative felines, but I believe it's a lot bigger than you can imagine. And it's like, think of Star Wars, the Dark Empire there. It's probably the best way to actually. They obviously don't like that, but it's tough. Obviously, they're going to try to play it down and say, we're good guys. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's just a lot to this story that's not the easiest to unravel, because they don't want it unraveled. It just feels like, I mean, I felt compelled to put this out there. It's like, I was answering questions, it's like, it was still hard for me to focus on the question, to submit to the site, because I want to get this out there. That's how heavy it is. It's like, I'm not giving every detail I can as much as I'd like to, because a lot of it's being blocked right now. But like I say, concentrate on the Arab world. We feel like there is a lot of positive feline energies there. It's not all black and dark, but there is positive, but there's also obviously a lot of dark Cabal energies. So yeah, felines within the Cabal, or the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call them, the puppet masters, the master deceivers, and heal that energy, release it. Obviously they don't want to be known, so more people connect to it, society will eventually figure it out over time. A lot of the positive felines also get manipulated throughout time. It's a little bit back and forth. Yeah, it's like a nightmare when you think about it, unfortunately. I mean, how can you explain this reality? How can you explain this world? You want to unravel this planet, and it's like, it's insane, right? So you start unraveling it, and to heal it, and it's going to be insanity. It's just just the way it is. You want to get to your new Earth, you kind of have to go into the rabbit hole of insanity to get there. Yeah, and then you have your creatures, you have those things, you have, oh shit. Yeah. So yeah, the demonic beings from another universe connected to like the Rockefeller and stuff like that. So, all right, I think I've said enough. There's more, but that's all they're giving me. I think it's the gist of it right now. There's always more. They're not telling me more. It's just like, that's the gist of it. And yeah, the feline Nazi connection. They hide themselves well. There's probably a lot of feline. Yeah, if you look up like Nazi symbolism with feline energies, there you go. And there's probably more to that. So, all right. Take care. Much love, and see you.